What's up, YouTube? It's Jeff Tuffner here with a preview / prediction video here on the Glorious Podcast for NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3, the third straight NXT Takeover in Brooklyn. Obviously, this Saturday night. Third straight one. One of the bigger events in WWE yearly. I think NXT Takeover Brooklyn's more hyped up than NXT Takeover WrestleMania weekend. It's sort of like NXT's WrestleMania because it's their third straight year. They're consistently in Brooklyn since they've started it. So third straight year, they'll be back there again next year. It was just announced that they'd be going back to Brooklyn for SummerSlam weekend again, so it'll be the fourth one next year. And it's usually all 3 years. I was legit just watching the second one and the first one this past week. It's always good. I mean, it was NXT Takeover Brooklyn's what's got me into NXT, the first one. When I watched that, that was the show that pretty much, I was like, wow, this stuff's better than what's going on the main roster. But anyway, there's 5 matches on the card compared to SummerSlam, that has like 18 matches or whatever. 5 matches on the card, so a small, solid card, and all matches I'm excited for. I'm excited for everything. I mean, there's really not a match I could, I'm sure all of them will be somewhat good. Sure, there'll be ones that are better than others, but they'll all probably, be good. Let's get right into it, though. First match, we'll start with the bottom here. Johnny Gargano and Cien Almas. Gargano obviously was a tag team with Tommaso Ciampa, and he got injured. He'll be out of action until it's expected to be about March. So if he's back in time, maybe he goes better than expected. The whole healing process and whatever, he gets back in time for NXT WrestleMania weekend, and maybe has a match with Gargano then, and that would be crazy. But as for now, Gargano is on the card for this coming weekend, and he'll take on Cien Almas. As for who I think's gonna win, I'll take Gargano, I guess. I don't really see them losing. Build him up, get him some steam going. I think it would be a smart decision. He'll probably win. I'd be surprised if Cien Almas won. But I'll take Gargano here in the first match at NXT. Alright, in the next match, we got Alistair Black taking on Hideo Itami. Let me just praise Alistair Black and what they've done with him. He is like the full package. He's got a great entrance music, and he can wrestle. He does it all. So they've really nailed it with him. Getting him, he's gonna be something. He's the future. You know what I mean? When Bobby Roode moves on to the main roster, Drew McIntyre, whatever, you're going to see Alistair Black up in the main event picture. He's a future NXT champion, let's just say that. He'll be taking on Hideo Itami, who's probably been in NXT longer than anyone on the main roster. NXT roster. He was there, I remember, 2 years ago. There was a battle royal, the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 31. And he won another battle royal to get into that battle royal. Usually every year they'll have like one contestant from NXT in it. He was in it, and that was a whole 2 years ago. And now he's still in NXT now, and it's not really his fault. I mean, he just has these injuries. It's just come out of nowhere. He'll get something going, and he'll finally be on a roll. And then, boom, he gets injured, and it's back to the shelf. And then here he comes again, and he gets injured again. So hopefully he can, stay healthy and, get something going. There was a lot of rumors speculating that maybe he'd go back to New Japan and over there, leave NXT, but I don't know, because his contract's up, I think, at the end of the year. So they turned him heel. He had a match for the title at NXT Chicago a few months back against Bobby Roode. He didn't win, but that sparked the heel turn. Now he's taking on Alistair Black. As for who I think's gonna win, I want to say Alistair Black. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if they're going to try to do something with Hideo Itami, actually, then he could win. But I really feel like they're going to keep trying to build up Alistair Black as a top star in NXT. So, we'll see. I'll take Alistair Black, though, as for who I think is going to win. But Hideo Itami could win. He could. All right, now we move on to the championship match, the NXT Tag Team Championships. The Authors of Pain are taking on Sanity. Now, these teams are both heel teams, so interesting here. The Authors of Pain have been like dominant. They've really built them up as like unbeatable, basically, in NXT. Put the titles on them. When was it? I forget what takeover it was. They won the titles. They beat, who was it, Gargano and Ciampa. I think it was Takeover Rumble weekend. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. But it was sometime this year, and they've been dominant ever since. Like, they just don't lose. And then there's Sanity, who's also been built up as a great, team. They're a whole faction, everything. They got a bunch of people going for every title in the division, NXT division. So, tag team titles. I don't see them putting the titles on Sanity yet. I think it will happen at NXT, wherever Survivor Series is. I think it's Houston that weekend. I think they'll have a great match this Saturday. They'll come close, and then Authors of Pain will win, but then they'll have Authors of Pain lose the titles to Sanity the next NXT Takeover. That's my prediction. So, got to take a heel team win. I picked both faces to win the first two matches. So, I mean, they're both heel teams, but I expect the Authors of Pain to win. I'm sure more people will probably want Sanity to take the titles, but I'll take the Authors of Pain in a great match I'm expecting. This could be one of the better matches on the card. This might surprise people, especially with, the other two matches that we still got to on the card, the two top matches. But I'll take the Authors of Pain in this match. All right, next we got the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka is defending against Ember Moon. Now, these two had a match back at TakeOver Orlando, and Asuka won, and then Ember Moon after that got injured, was unable to go to NXT TakeOver Chicago. Asuka defended the title against Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott. She retained. She is still the champion. She just set a record the other day. She's been champion for like 500 days. She has not lost. She's undefeated. She's got like the longest winning streak in WWE history. She broke Goldberg's record. So I think a lot of people like forget that she's undefeated or whatever. But obviously now the question is, does she take her first loss to Ember Moon? Do they put the title on Ember Moon? This is honestly maybe the hardest match to predict on the entire card, because I really feel it's just so close. Like, they might do it, but then part of me is like, nah, they're gonna have Asuka win again. I really don't. I wanna take Ember Moon and say they'll give her the title, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. And then everybody's speculating, Asuka to the main roster. Do we really want Asuka to come to the main roster? I mean, if you think about it, coming to the main roster these days is a demotion, really, because they'll probably destroy her on the main roster, book her like crap, like they've done with a countless number of people who've come up from NXT, who were stars in NXT, who were fan favorites, everybody liked, but have come to the main roster and have just been a complete dumpster fire. I mean, I could just name Bayley for one, Sami Zayn, Ty Dillinger, the list goes on. But I really, I don't know. I don't want to see her come out to the main roster right now. Maybe if the shows start to get better on the main roster, then, it would be better. But right now, I want to see her stay in NXT. And even if she loses, she's not going to come up right away because she still has the rematch. So it wouldn't be until after maybe Survivor Series weekend. But I'm going to take Asuka. I'm going to say Asuka retains, keeps the title. This could also be the match night. I mean, this is the thing with NXT. There's so many good matches. You don't really know which one will be the match. But I'll take Asuka, but I don't know. This is like the hardest match to predict, really. Alright, so now we got the main event. NXT champion Bobby Roode defending against Drew McIntyre in a title match. Drew McIntyre obviously was with the company previously many years back, left, and is now back with the company. And he now has a title shot with Bobby Roode. And just like with a lot of matches or whatever, I don't see them putting the title on Drew McIntyre yet. I just don't yet, because it's his first title match, and they really haven't done that with guys where they just, they get their first title match when coming to NXT and put the title on them. So I say Bobby Roode retains, but I'm still really excited for this match because it will be a good match. There has been some speculation that maybe Roderick Strong will get added to this match. The tapings are done and everything, so there's no more NXTs or whatever between now and then. It was just one last night or whatever. I think Drew McIntyre and Drew McIntyre and Roderick Strong actually had a match. But some have speculated that maybe they'll announce it like live Sunday, maybe like the middle of the Saturday rather, in the middle of the show or whatever. Roderick Strong gets added. Regardless if he's added or not, I do see Bobby Roode walking out of Brooklyn with the NXT title. I don't see them taking it off him yet. I'm still excited for this match though, nonetheless. But Bobby Roode will probably win. And one more thing before we finish this video. Obviously, one of the hottest topics regarding this show is, will we see Adam Cole finally show up? It was heavily talked about that it would happen at NXT Chicago a few months back. It didn't happen. We didn't see him, sitting there at ringside. But it's really, it was just reported the other day. I did a video on it that he signed with WWE and is expected to debut soon in NXT. So it's I really think it's definitely got to happen. I mean, if he's not at NXT this Saturday, I don't know what to say. You'll definitely expect to see him there sitting at ringside, like they've done with so many people in the past, bringing them in NXT, throwing them right there at ringside. So I do think we'll see Adam Cole at ringside and in NXT, which will be amazing because it's just amazing how NXT just keeps on like bringing in guys, and it doesn't get stale. It like just keeps going and going and going and going. You know, even though you see, you know, the top stars go up to the main roster, and then you start to worry like, oh no, NXT's done. They're gonna, you know, they're screwed. And then the next thing you know, they're able to bring in, you know, a new guy or whatever, a couple new guys. You know, you're seeing it. They bring in Drew McIntyre. They just keep moving guys up, and it's a system. So, you know, you'll see Adam Cole come in. You'll see him get his title shot. You'll see, you know what I mean? It's just one guy moves up, the next guy's up, to, you know, the title. I like it's great how it works. But I do expect to see Adam Cole. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know who you think's gonna win and lose come Saturday night at NXT Takeover Brooklyn. Do you think we'll see Adam Cole or not? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me over on Twitter. Link listed in the description. As always, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you maybe later today with some news, and definitely tomorrow with SummerSlam predictions.